we made the party now to constitute a high-power delegation. 5 members of National Working Committee, led by the Deputy National Chairman, North, National Secretary, National Women Leader, Zonal Chairman of the North Central, and one other person. 3 governors, serving governors, Chairman of Governors Forum, Amin Tambua, Bala Muhammad, and Autumn. 4 former governors, Sule Labidu, Ali Babangida, Leli Moke, and Olusegun Mimiko. 3 BOT, made up of 2 former Senate presidents, Senator David Mark, Senator Wabara, who at that time was Secretary of BOT, and India Churuba, and then 2 members of the National Assembly, the current Senate Minority Leader and House of Rep member Woloke. Let any of them say they either saw me, I either came to them to speak to any of them. I challenge any of them to come out and tell me that I either came to them or spoke to them. So please, as you are going to this meeting, nominate me. I challenge anybody. They did their meeting. I was at home here. Of course, social media. Whatever this and that happened. Before that meeting, the national chairman made sure they did not recommend anybody. Say, I'm on this thing. And some of the side that is saying, you have already given us 3 names that people have submitted. And that the candidate had made preference that it must be a serving governor from the South. Who are the serving governors? Who are second-time governors in Ife? Okowa, Udo, so it was clear. Well, they tried to do all permutations, all kinds of things, and they wrote there in order of preference. Say our preferred person, number 1 is this. But it's also playing me when the candidate was saying, after that happened, National Chairman went to the candidate in the midnight. I said, no, that's not what we told them to do. You can pick anybody. Fine. And when I saw the master, why do you have to go to this route? Why? You are the candidate. All you would have done, after 2 consultations, I have picked so person. Why do you have to make it look so? I mean, look at the crisis for nothing. It doesn't make sense.
Excellency, don't you think that the signs were there all along, or that you didn't see it? For instance, you brought up to contest for the presidential. Yeah. Governor Udo from the South brought forward to contest for the presidency. Other governors from the South brought forward for the different offices, like Governor of Abia State, for Senate, and all of that. Only one governor on your party platform didn't buy any vote for any of us. Governor Oko. There are insinuations that all along there had been an agreement between him and some persons, including the presidential candidate now, that he was going to be the running mate. The signs were there all along, but you didn't see it.
No, it's not correct. We have heard of this. I can tell you how much got. Yes. But you see, if you're a good politician, that we didn't clarify that. No, of course, I said we have had this, that he's going to run to Goa, that Goa is supported with funds, and this, we were not aware. It's not that we didn't see. But then, as good politicians, we started to take, for example, the United States of America. Biden ran with the vice. The vice president of America today, Kamala Harris gave Biden serious problem. And so when they wanted to pick the vice president, Biden said, look, This one gave me a book. I cannot. But those in the Biden's camp who meant well for Biden citizens, if you want to win this election, you must take Kamala Harris. You don't tell us those who are close to Biden in his council, who meant well for him. And look at the support today. So the mere fact that you have had, the problem you have with some of our leaders, that there are so many rent seekers around you. So many of them have not been in power for years. So they're all looking for how, look, I must bounce back. Things are tough for me. So those who have no value to add, for Christ's sake.
Your Excellency, sir.
Okay.
From the onset, from the picture or the scenario you have painted, it's been a journey of broken promises, which you are well aware of.
Yes.
One would want to ask, why didn't the presidential aspirants from the South Side insist from the onset that we must have zoning?
That's what I told
Especially for the fact that the national chairman, prior to the convention, was already from the northern axis.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, that it's unfortunate. That is unfortunate what you find in the system. It's unfortunate. There's what you call an in-house also, sometimes the man who may be killing you may be the person from beside your house. No armed robber comes to your with time and inside and give you the information. That you know very well. But for me, it's not different. I said, okay, we're done with that. In fact, if I follow, first of all, nobody forced you to say that if the presidential candidate emerges from the north, I would resign. Nobody forced him. But he knew that had been the practice. He knew that had been the practice. Why would you have come out to a whole country, to a whole party, if this happens? I'm going to do that. And now people are not saying, okay, why not do this thing which you promised? And you're not beginning to attack individuals. Wike. Was it Wike that told him to go and say that? Was it at the goal point? Correct. And let me tell you why I said, which also, apart from this, IU is very corrupt. Very, very corrupt.
This is a heavy allegation.
No, I'm
Your 4 major television.
Listen. I'm not. Listen. You are talking to the governor of Rivers State. I'm talking to the governor of Rivers State. I have told you, I am totally involved.
Because you're a lawyer also.
So,
when you say this kind of thing, you probably have evidence.
Listen. IU has opportunity to challenge me. I will name. I said I will name. I told you I was going to speak. Am I not speaking today? We're not even going to that moral, but even some of the governors can tell you. Look, will he deny the fact that he did not collect $1 billion from Lagos?
From
Lagos.
Yes.
Who in Lagos?
I would let him deny. I will tell him who gave him the money.
Lagos.
Yeah, not Lagos state government, whatever. I'm talking about
Lagos
the money was
individual.
given to him in Lagos. Yes.
For what purpose?
He met one of the presidential aspirants and told him that he's not sure these governors may want to sponsor the party. Let IU say no. I would even call some of the businessmen and how the money was arranged in Lagos. That money did not enter to the account of PDP. But we're not attacking IU on that basis. We're attacking, look, this is what we are talking about.
When allegations, when big allegations are made, sir,
listen,
people want
I'm not a governor.
validation.
Look, I'm not any governor. I'm a serious governor. and a very important governor. I can't just come here and begin to say anything. I say, I challenge.
You mentioned only one. You said you made
I just made one.
That he took
I said,
money.
let him deny this, then you say more.
more.
To say. Yes, that's what I said.
But
I would even mention from the governors too.
Let me ask this question, Mr. Governor. You've spoken a lot about
So that I don't forget,
Okay.
talk about integrity, about settlement and this. Now, we were invited to a meeting in London by the presidential candidate. We have 5 governors. Governor of Adamawa, who is the governor of the presidential candidate. Governor Otto, Governor SYMFONI, Governor Ibazu, and my humble 5 of us. Senator Obaka, who was one who was taking record. The presidential candidate told us, in truth, that he has confronted Ayu on this statement. And Ayu said yes. He said so. And I said, okay, what do we do? We said, sir, we're all here. If we're not interested to win this election, you didn't pay my flight money to this place. Why would I spend money to come to London to hold a meeting? Why would I spend such money? But because of the commitment, because we believe this party has to win the election, everything must be done. Sacrifices must be made in order for us to win the election. We said that. And he agreed with us that Ayu has to go. And what was remaining? He now said, we should give him 1 week. Let's go work at the modalities of Ayu going. Let Governor Fintri, who is the governor of Adamawa, let him tell Nigerians it is not correct. Let Governor Sheyi tell Nigerians it's not correct. Let Governor Otton tell Nigerians it's not correct. Let Governor Ibazu tell Nigerians it is not correct. This is what we agreed. For us to have peace, let's move on. Let bygone be bygone. What is the problem? You're a presidential candidate. Just give chairmanship to the South. So that while you are doing campaign, you are president candidate, your DG is not you. Look, Nigeria is such a complex country. What is that? Now, within that 1 week, we didn't hear for the presidential candidate again. All we not, there's a constitutional barrier. If he respects us, as human, though not conceding, if the president candidate respects us, what stops him in calling us back and say, look, I've gone to look at this thing. There are the constitutional issues. Even in that meeting, we say, look, bring your lawyers, we bring our let us sit down, work it out. But he never called us. All he now had on, you see, there are the constitutional issues, that's this. But we forget that we have constitutional matter. The constitution said you must zone. Now we just see our constitution. Now you are bringing constitutional, I mean, what kind of,
all right.
What kind of
Governor, if I may get to my question, I guess we'll still get into what the constitution of the PDP says, because when speaking with some of the members of your party that were in the meeting in Port Harcourt, they said, well, this is a moral issue. I think the chairman of the party has said. But let me ask, there are those in your party who believe that as much as you are not happy with what Senator Yocha Ayu has said, I was going to step down should a presidential candidate from the North emerge, that in fact there is much more anger coming that is more than that of Senator Ayu, which is the fact that your relationship with your very good friend, the governor of Sokoto said, Aminu Tambuwa, and you feel so betrayed by him, and that is in fact the real reason. I mean, you're speaking to Nigerians today. Can you clarify which is more of anger to you? The anger of your friend Tambuwa, who you feel betrayed you, or the anger of Senator Ayu?
Okay, if I'm angry that he betrayed me, well,
did he betray you?
Hold you. First of all, if I'm angry that he betrayed me, what am I going to do? I mean, so will you kill yourself that somebody betrayed you? You want to move on with your life? Have I not been doing my work as governor of Rivers State? If in his conscience, if he feels that what he did was right, so be it. If he knows what he did was not right, he should know what to do. I don't even think about it. Frankly speaking. It doesn't upset you? Even if you upset me, it's like you lost a child. It can be painful that your life must go on. In this case, a man decided what he wanted to do. He's not my son. Even if he's my son, he's of age to take a decision. And he has taken a decision. Do I go and kill him? I move on with life. And he's moving on with his life. Did we sign an agreement that we must be like this together all through our life? Are we married? I don't understand when people talk about anger, no anger. I've left that. Look, one thing you must understand, and if you're not prepared for it, if you want to be a leader, if you want to be a politician at Nigeria, you must have what we call a shock observer. If you don't have a shock observer, you will die. You must. At all times, you see these things happen. So you don't need to begin to put yourself, except you're not prepared. That's what about a leadership. That's what about the leadership. Is it me? Didn't Nigerians watch it? You, what is your feeling? You, what do you think? You, what do you think? All of you watch it on television, so it is for you to, take your own position, whether you are happy, whether it's right or not. But that is not what we're talking. Whatever has happened, has happened. Won't you move the party forward? Why do all this vice presidential candidate, this and that? And sometimes when I watch television, I say, where did they get these stories from? Where did they get it from? Who has ever spoken to me to say, I said, no, I will not forgive them because I didn't get president. I will not forgive them because I didn't get vice president. People who are afraid of me around them, they know. I'm a no-nonsense person. I'm a no-nonsense person. I don't go and begin, because you're a president candidate, I begin to run around you every day. I won't do that. I have a lot of work to do.
Your Excellency, some people are of the opinion that within your group as governors, there are those who are telling the national chairman not to quit, and that if he quits, they will leave the party. Somebody even mentioned the governor from one of the South states as saying that if he leaves, they will leave the party. Could this be one reason the national chairman is bent on hanging on?
Well, you must know, in everything you are doing in life, there are people whose life, that has been how they live their life. They even have no say publicly. They do that at the back. I will say my own. Let those governors from the south or southeast or southwest come out to say. Let them open their mouth and say to Nigerians that when support that the chairman and president should remain in one zone. Let them come out and say it. It's not to go back and talk. There are people, if men see you, they're fidgeting. Look, I'm very happy. You know why? I'm living. And I feel so proud that I can tell anybody in this country today that go to Rivers State, I'm satisfied with what I have done, and the people of the state are very much satisfied with what I have done. I'm not one of those governors when you give office, I go and find somewhere in Abuja to stay to join associations. I won't do that. I will not do that. I will not be relevant through association. I will be relevant through my contribution in my state. That's what makes a politician. That's why I look at Nigeria today. Former Ministers Forum, former Governors Forum, former Chief of Staff Forum, former Councillors Forum, former House Officers Forum, former Principal Officers Forum. Look, because nobody has anything to do, just one problem or the other. That's why I was in Abuja. As a governor, I don't sleep in Abuja. As a governor, when I have all excuses to go and stay in Abuja. But not to tell you, if I leave office, what to attract me there? Except I have something to eat. You see, the point I'm trying to make, forget about those people who are saying that the chairman resign. No problem. If they should not resign, that shouldn't be peace. Okay.
Your Excellency,
Okay.
Your Excellency, some people are saying that your insistence on the chairman's resignation in the manner in which you are asking for it will create more crisis for the party. In the sense that if he steps aside, he still leaves you with the body end of the state. In the sense, because if you read the party's constitution, Article 47(6), where a vacancy occurs in any of the offices of the party, the executive committee at the appropriate level shall appoint another person from the area or zone where the officer originated from to serve out the tenure of the officer. So if IU steps aside, like you are asking him to, the next person that may be called upon to fill that vacancy will also be from the north, which still leaves you with the body end of the state. If you flip the coin around, the other solution would be for the party to probably convene a convention to elect a new national chairman. And that the party cannot afford that in months to election. What do you say to that?
You know, if you ask people, criminals, if you are criminals, why is it that I commit crime? Because there's no job. If I ask that person, he said, because yes, I'm working, but the money that pay me is not enough. So many criminals have various reasons on why they commit crime. These are people who have nothing to offer this party electorally. You are talking about constitution now. But you forget that the constitution says there should be zoning of elective and party offices. You did not remember that constitution says so. Now, is there nothing called expediency? Is there nothing called necessity? Look, now look at where we have found ourselves. Whatever they may call it. Doctrine of expediency. Look, we never knew we put ourselves into this. Not that you never knew, you knew. Ordinarily, I've been issued this chairman, this governorship would have been zoned. I mean, this presidency ought to have been zoned to the south. You knew it. All you thought what you've done is to show how clever or how smart you are. Now there's a crisis now. You are now falling back to their constitution to say, look, there are constitutional crisis. You cannot eat your cake and have it. You can't. It's never done anywhere. Sacrifice should be made. What's wrong? If the national chairman, who has already said, did he know of the provisions of this constitution? Did he not know of the provisions of this constitution before he said, if the presidential candidate emerges from so-so zone, I will give up? Was this provision inserted now? Why do we blow hot and cold? Why? Why? So I don't think anybody is saying that. There's no way. Even NEC could meet and take that decision and then ratify it in a convention later. For expediency purposes, we have to zone back this chairmanship to the south. NEC can take, I don't know where these are so-called lawyers are getting from. Because of interest. NEC can take that decision and ratify it in the convention. So whom are they deceiving? So whom are they deceiving? Yes.
After the election.
Yes. All we want is, now that you have given presidency to them, let us take our own chairman. Because when they are meeting for decision making, the presidential candidate sits here. The national chairman sits here. The DG of campaign sits here. They take decision. Then they come and tell the people to execute. Now I hear they say board of trustees. What is called board of trustees means what? Why did they put pressure on the board of trustees chairman to resign? And then now you cannot put pressure on national chairman to resign. Look. As when I was trying to run as a governor, I had a lot of crises. But I have to let go certain things for us to be able to win an election. The problem is that we have not won an election, we are too arrogant. We are too arrogant. We have not won an election. We are telling Nigerians, look, you can't trust us. We say one thing, we do a different thing. You are going to campaign, people will issue you, they will show you on video. See what you said now. I mean, simple thing. Instead of you to do the right thing, all you will do is name calling. Who is wicked? Who will do without him. I never say you cannot do without me. I never said so. But all I say, you can't do without me in my state. That's what I've always said. What is my business? Will I go to Ondo? Will I go to Oyo? You can do without me, I agree. But to say you do without me in this state, it will not be possible.
But how do you do it in such a way that if they do without you, or you do without them, election of the presidency will have the National Assembly on that. If you do not stick with Atiku and they do not listen to you, what would you do?
What is your business? When you get to the bridge, you think about how to cross the bridge.
Because I thought today, Your Excellency, I thought today you are bearing it
off. It's not my business to tell you about strategy in election. Every election has its own strategy.
Let me ask you.
You don't. Let me ask you one question. Have you not seen where governors win and assembly lose election in your constituency? In the same election now. Have you not seen where assembly member loses seat in that same and governor won in that constituency?
So that could happen here.
I'm not saying so. I'm not saying so. So you don't put words in my mouth. All I'm saying is that you asked the question. I said, we are still talking about peace. You understand me? It's only when you say you don't want us, do you understand me? Then we can now fall back and say, what do we do? But we don't talk about what we do now when they are still opening for people to discuss. I'm not on the election. It's the man who wears the shoe knows what. So if you say you need me, you know what to do. But if you say I'm not relevant, you know it is your own business. But the point is that all this name calling, weekends group, this, we'll deal with them, we'll do this. You know, you compound their problems. Take for example, since 1999, we have never won Yobe State. Since 1999. But one of the problem people is from that Yobe State. So what will he give the party? What will he give the party?
Who is this person?
You know him. My name was since 1999. Has PDP won Yobe State?
Or even is what?
Or if it's what? So what is the electoral value now? He will bring to the table. Tell me, since 1999 we started this democracy. PDP has never won Yobe State. And then you are going about. We'll deal with him. We'll sanction him. Meanwhile, we are zero in your state. You start telling the person that has given you 100%. You that have brought nothing, you're sanctioning me. Have you seen how this party at this country? Me, I brought something on the table. The man who didn't bring anything sanction, the man who brought something.
Your Excellency, in the event that the consensus of what's used to make the constitutional requirements for the legal
There is nothing like constitutional requirement. We are not removing. We are not removing. We are saying, look, so where we have boxed ourselves in. Because of us, because of some of us thought we are being smarter than other people. Now we have boxed ourselves into this by our own action. Now there must be experience. Sacrifices must be made. in order to remedy this. We are not removing Ayu because Ayu committed social offense. We say, look, for political expediency, making us forward to win this election, and for inclusivity, to make all of us believe that we are all one. Okay, take for example, did you watch the video of Governor Tambo's campaign in Imo State? Did you watch the video when he said, look, why would there no problem in this country when there's marginalization? He said so when he was campaigning for delegates in Imo State about the Igbos. There's marginalization, and so that's what has caused. And now the same thing has come to our party. We are saying, look, let us not do what these people are doing. Let us tell Nigerians that, look, we are ready. That's why we are taking the decision we are taking. Look at what happened in APC. Look at when the governors came out. I said, listen, this is one country. Let us make it so that everybody will know all of us belong to one. And that they are moving their presidency to the south. We are not fighting again. We have given it to the north. But give the chairman to the south. And you're not saying no. So where is the inclusivity now?
Excellency. Welcome back, Your Excellency. One of the things that confounds the Nigerian voting public is the fact that you have a preponderance of governors from the south in the PDP. Yet, it has taken an APC that has by far fewer southern governors to take the decision to cause power to shift to the south. How did this happen in your party despite the fact that you have so many governors from the south?
I think you should praise those of us who stood firm and to say that, look, power should shift to the south. People like Governor of Enugu State, people like Abia State, people like West, SYMFONI, who don't contested, you know. If you're a governor, that's what I can do. You know what to, if that is what your people want. But I told them that this is what my people want, and that is why we have to go for it. And you see, like people say, the law for unity of this country. For the unity of this country. Yes, everybody wants how things will be done in such a way that nobody should care where you come from. We'll get to that point. But as it is today, we have not reached that level where you undermine these factors. No. And that is why it is critical to some of us in PDP. I said, do they understand the mistake they are making? If APC as a ruling party can come out categorically and say, we are zoning this to the south. And then we in PDP, we have lost it. And then we are saying, okay, appealing to you so that we peace everywhere. We can have something to talk to our people. Give us back chairman. You are still saying no. What message are we sending? We have accepted our fate by making sure the party candidate has emerged. And we say, look, for whatever way it is, let us do things so that peace will reign and let's move on. And people are still trying to show that they determine what will happen in this country by the mere fact that whatever they say is what will happen. And people are going to say, come on, I'm not a slave. No way. No way. We must do the right thing. We must show Nigerians this is where we are coming to. And you are being arrogant about it. Why are you arrogant about it? It is you. It's not for you to face the facts. Every day you go and pay money to some media people. Wike did this, Wike did that, Wike did this, Wike did that. Is Wike going to be chairman of the party?
No, Governor, let me quickly ask you this here. Yeah. During the commissioning in Havada campus of the River State University, you said something.
What did I say?
You said that you know the reason why the Atiku camp are doing what they are doing.
Yeah.
And you made a promise, just like you said you're going to talk.
Okay.
You're talking.
I know where
Now,
you
said
you know where you're going to.
You said you.
Let me check it. Don't worry.
You know my question.
Yes, you've already said. I mean,
You said you know the reason why.
If you're a good student, the mere fact you make the introduction, I know where you're heading to. So you don't need to bother yourself. So let me just because I said they believe that the presidency is supporting them. I think they believe.
President Buhari is supporting them.
Nah, presidency is not Buhari.
Someone in the presidency.
Yes, presidency is not Buhari. Buhari is the head of the presidency. And like I said, we are coming small. That's the time you reveal one. That's the time you say the other one. You don't say everything one day. You see, you will tell Nigerians for today, this is what you are telling them. Another time we'll tell Nigerians, see, this is what look, no party that wants to win an election that can be arrogant like this. No party that is ready to take over power from APC. You know, APC is not like PDP. APC is something else. Look, how many of them as the federal government invaded an election the way they invaded the state? How many of them says? So I know what APC can do. So as an opposition party who is trying to lure the people, have the sympathy of the people, you must also understand to show humility. Sure, look, we are humble. We are ready to tackle the issues of this country. And to show that, see what you have done. See what you have done. See what you are going to do. Look, development alone is not the only problem Nigeria has. Insecurity alone is not the only problem Nigeria has. Part of our problem is non-inclusivity of people. Certain sectors believing that they have been marginalized. Whether you like it or not, you must show that you have the capacity to bring everybody together. And to show that capacity, I have started it. How did I start it? I know by our party convention. I know by our party, this is the custom. This is the culture of our party. This is where we have done our things. And now we are boxing to something. I have that capacity to resolve it. Gentlemen, let's not talk about law. Let's talk about political expedience in order to win election. And that political expedience will take some sacrifices. And we're ready to make the sacrifices in order for everybody to move along. If you don't do that, and you carry this kind of arrogance, you pay for it.
Your Excellency, you have quite not answered the question that I was
I have
asking.
told you, no.
Now, you said, just a moment, sir, you said that there is a belief that
some people
in the presidency,
yes. Some people are supporting them.
some persons in the presidency
Yeah.
are supporting them, and they believe that the power will return to the north, and that's why they have the confidence. And you imagine that the President Buhari is from the north, and Mr. Atiku Abubakar is also from the north. What do you make of that scenario? If you think that some people in the presidency are working with
I
the
may not
Atiku
be
team,
thinking of President Buhari. Mind you too, you have heard of so many things in the presidency, which sometimes the president may not know. Mind you, remember, under the APC primary, you heard that it was the presidency that brought Ahmed. You had so. But you also had one president said, no, everybody go to the field. They began to wonder, but I thought they said it was the president. That's why I say they believe. They believe. That belief they believe may turn out not to be correct. That's the point I'm telling you.
Since
That you see, look, in power, let me tell you, there are those who are close to me. Do you understand me? There are those who are close to me. Somebody who's close to me come out to tell you, this is what we are going to do. Meanwhile, that such a discussion has not taken place. And if you believe that person, how close he is to me, there's a likelihood you may be tempted to agree that yes, this is correct. And two, certain steps too, the person may show you, which will also make you believe the more that it is correct. Until finally, it does on you that what I'm saying is not correct too. So that's the point I'm trying to make. But why you should know is that can an opposition party who really wants to take over power allow itself for things that look for peace sake to resolve issue? We begin to say no, we won't do it because we want to consider that. And I was, in fact, when I read the text by the candidate, rule of law, who has violated the rule of law now? Who have violated Section 73C of the PDP Constitution? Why did we jettison a whole our own constitution? Then we're not talking about rule of law. That our government will be anchored based on rule of law. Meanwhile, we are not practicing the rule of law. By following Section 73C. If we had followed Section 73C, would you have come to this issue of talking about if chairman resigns, this will happen, that will not happen? You purposely did what you did in order to suit you. Now you have run into stormy water, and then you are saying constitutionalism, removal. No.
Your Excellency,
we will not accept that at all.
if the law of expediency does not hold sway,
Sorry, if what?
if the law of expediency, like you mentioned, does not suffice, will you still remain?
Don't be pessimistic.
I don't mean to.
I'm not a pessimist, so I don't say if.
Okay.
If. Allow you to get to that.
No, we're almost there, sir.
No,
that's why we are here.
Are you preaching for peace for us, or you want us to divide?
We want peace for progress and development of this nation.
Well, let me tell you something.
Just in the event that this man does not honor his word, where do we go from here?
I told you this yesterday.
Yes, that you remain.
I said I will remain in PDP. The fight for inclusivity must be in the party. And I will remain there to fight for it. I'm not a man who sees fight and runs away.
Your Excellency, there's a suggestion that the PDP can actually do without River State or River State votes. That after all, President Buhari became president in 2015, he didn't win River State. President Buhari became president in 2019, he didn't need River State vote. And they are advancing the same argument that Atiku could become president of Nigeria without River State. What do you say?
If God decides
that will be in spite of you.
If God decides that you will be president, that's not anybody can do. But for us as men, we don't know what God is thinking. But as men, anybody advising Atiku that is a wicked man to Atiku. And I know those who are doing it.
How so?
No, let me tell you. I know those who are doing it. They don't have electoral value in their own units. Some of them are from Edo. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you. Look at their calculation. Atiku didn't win River State. Buhari didn't win River State. But Buhari won Lagos and Kano.
That's right.
Right? Does Atiku have Lagos now? Does he have Kano? The only one he has always had is rivers. And he said he don't want them. So you have 0/3.
not said it doesn't.
No. He said that you asked this question. Yes. That's from Atiku's camp. And these are people who don't have electoral value. If anybody has electoral value, why would he even opine that? Why would he even say such a thing? They don't. Okay, take for example, a president of Nigeria that does not have a governor of Rivers, does not have governor of Lagos, does not have governor of Kano. Did that president be comfortable? No, tell me, that president will be comfortable. That also tells you what do they have in mind about stability of Nigeria. Do they really want Nigeria to stabilize? So I don't think that Atiku, the candidate of the party, will listen to those kind of suggestions, political irrelevance. I call them political irrelevance. I call them so. Because I can be proud to say, since 1999, Rivers State has always been a PDP. In 2015, we won. Remember, there was a serving governor here who was the DG of Buhari campaign. He didn't get 25%. In 2019, he was a minister. He was the DG. He didn't also get 25% here. You think this state, you think that we are just like that. Someone, look, do it. Let those political pundits carry out the action. Let them carry out the action they want to carry. Ignore Rivers State. Ignore Lagos. Ignore Kano. They are not important.
The argument is that it is not the people of Rivers State or Rivers State voters who are members of the PDP that are involved in this, that it is you as a person.
And let them wait, man. Why not wait? I don't have a wife to talk to. I don't have my son. He's a registered voter. I have my father, so I can't talk to my father. I don't have my friends to preach to them. They will see, when is the people who are not politicians, they don't talk anyhow. No reasonable politician will make that kind of statement. A sitting governor, not just a governor that has performed to beyond expectation. You, as you came to Rivers State, are you not happy? No, look, what brings the vote? I'll go to every local government and say, this is why you must vote for us. Because I have done this in this local government. Because I've done this in this local government. Because I've done this in this local 23 local government, not one will escape me. Not one. Because the facts are there. I have fought for Rivers State interests. They know I'm not that kind of governor that will sell their interests.
I'm just wondering the kind of difficult task you have put yourself in, because you are not leaving the PDP, yet you are dissatisfied with the PDP, and I'm wondering what kind of messages you'll be preaching when you are campaigning. Okay, I'm angry with the PDP, don't vote for this particular person in the PDP.
Campaign committee, leave us to strategize. You see, look. The way I talk to you journalists is not the way I talk to other people. All people have their own audience. Whichever audience. They want to call family meetings. They want to call age grade. Do you understand me? They want to call born again people. So forget the one you hear where you see everybody in the field. It's different from the other campaign. This one that people rate when you go to a place, there's over 1 million crowd came. I go there to over 1 million crowd. The same crowd. The same crowd.
Your Excellency.
That's what we used to judge.
Yeah. So let me quickly add that.
It's a follow-up to what he said.
Right.
From what we have had here from you, it is extremely easy to come to a conclusion that both the national chairman of your party and the presidential candidate of your party have, in their conduct towards you, shown that they are not trustworthy people. Now, you want to remain in the party. with Nigerians having the belief that the way Governor Wike has been treated by his party leaders, they are not trustworthy. Do you think that Nigerians will still continue to invest their trust in a party led by people who have shown a lack?
Is justice, fairness, and equity. Not me. All I'm saying, the way our party has always been, that I made it to show a party of inclusivity. You have taken this, allow chairman to go to so-so zone. Not about Wiki, the way they treat me. Nobody has the capacity to treat me anyhow. Now, about trustworthiness, let us conclude first. Assuming they change their mind tomorrow and do what is needful, will I say they are not trustworthy? So I will not conclude now that they are not trustworthy.
But for now, they are not.
I won't conclude. I don't know. From that to that, anything can happen. But just be calm. We will know. But the point I'm making is that it is you, that what I mean you, we, as a party, that must show to Nigerians we have integrity, we are trustworthy, and we have promised Nigerians when we come, all these issues of modernization will be a thing of the past. When we come, we'll make sure Nigeria lives as one. Now, the only way Nigerians can take it, start from this one now. Start from this one now. If you can do this, then you are giving Nigerians hope that when we come, really, a lot of things will be done. But if you cannot do this now, then you are making Nigerians to be afraid. You see, people take Nigerians for granted. You see, that's what PDP is trying to do. Because Nigerians are not happy with APC. And therefore, we don't want to do the right thing because Nigerians are not happy with APC. You don't do that. You don't do that. Rather, since you believe that APC has not done well, since we believe the party of the government have not done well, then we, as people who want to take over, should show more seriousness to Nigerians. That is the point we're trying to make. And with what you are doing, you are scaring Nigerians. And that's what we are saying. We don't scare Nigerians. This thing is waiting for us to take. It's waiting for us to take. Make the sacrifice. Do the needful. So that we won't begin to kill ourselves. It's already there. It's right.
Mr. Governor, let me quickly jump in. There are those who debate that what is playing out now in the PDP and that you are fighting for in the PDP, this is not the first time we're saying it. If you remember, Senator Ahmadu Ali was the national chairman of the PDP when the late Yar'Adua became the candidate of the PDP. He was in office until the late president became president of the Federal Republic. And they are from the same region, similar to just a moment. Okay. And, there are those who are also saying that, in fact, some of your supporters, some of your allies are already crossing to the other side. Maybe they are tired of the struggle.
Who are those allies? Who are those allies? No, tell me the allies so that I know.
These are conversations in your party, and you know them very well. There are some who are on your side, and they're now crossing because some of them are running for election, or their children or something are running for election. They are already crossing to the other side. What would you say to that?
Okay, let me just correct an impression. You see, what people don't know, have you participated in guerrilla warfare before? Do you know what's called guerrilla warfare? You're not a politician. You know, like what the party did, Abu Alafin, when they wrote to some of my friends to submit names to the campaign council. Who saw them? Submit. Turn around. Did you not withdraw for the campaign council? Those who submitted, did they not withdraw for the campaign council? When the group takes a decision, they have taken a decision. It doesn't work that way. There
So
are
your
those,
group is still
there
together.
are those who have told, don't talk.
So it's not everybody we see with you that
It's
will
not
say-
everybody. You see, Sheyi talks. You don't ask me of our strategies. You think you are just seeing me. If I tell you those you don't know, who are very powerful, you don't know them. Two, you talk about people should correct history. But let me even start. Assuming they're not considering that was correct at that time. Assuming they're not considering that was correct. Should you continue with what is not right? Assuming what you are saying as per Ahmadu Ali and this, assuming. But they forget that we had a sitting president who was Obasanjo, who is from the south. So what are they talking about? When Ahmadu Ali left, who took over the chairman of the party? I mean, these people, I don't know where they get their facts. Obasanjo was the sitting president. So you cannot bring that scenario as the same scenario here. We don't have a president. We don't have a president. So if a president can come from one zone, the chairman must come from the other zone. Simplicity. And as I will also tell you, even if we are 200 here, it has nothing to do with Wike's allies and anyway. It is based on what you believe in. I believe that justice, fairness, and equity should be allowed for our party to progress, for our party to sound as a party that wants to take over the realms of affairs of this country. In fact, they should even thank us that we are pushing our party to let the world not think that some of these people are behaving like that, that are the people who are the party. There are still people who believe in equity, justice, and fairness. Look, no, if I need power, if I want to be in power, I would have wanted to take the Senate. But I said, no. That's a man who believes equity, fairness, and justice. Because in my senatorial zone, there's one zone I've never one day attempted to be. We are the majority. Another minority area, they have gone and gone and gone. My people said, look, we cannot. I said, no. Today you are majority. You don't know what tomorrow will be. I said, no. Give it to that zone. Let them produce the Senate. So the analysis does not rhyme at all.
Please, just give me a moment.
Yeah, I just want
do a follow-up on that.
Just want to put His Excellency on notice that
Okay.
we have just about 11 minutes or so, and we still have some questions, and so we appreciate brevity on some of the questions we raise.
All right.
Maybe we just group all the questions together
Absolutely,
and
yeah.
then keep him very
Quickly.
tight.
All right. Now, Your Excellency, you've spoken your mind literally, and you've spoken about the state of your party. But the reality is, the election of February 2023 is what is involved here. I'd like to ask, if the election were to be called today, do you think your party will win?
Okay, just hold on to that. Amazing. Your question too.
My question is His Excellency is very hopeful, very optimistic that the PDP is on course, and in 2023 it will be the party to beat.
Okay.
I want to ask, is it really fair on him to think that way, in spite of the many betrayals that he has had to face? And that brings me to another question. Sir, in 2023, who, in your own opinion, would be the right leader to be queuing for?
All right.
Okay, for president or governor?
President.
Okay, hold on to that as well. Did you have any questions?
So that I
Otherwise,
will forget.
You will forget.
let me just wrap it up with this question. Your roadmap to getting the national chairman out of office, I'd like you to also throw more light on that, because you said the NEC can take the initiative. And I'm wondering, the same NEC that is chaired by the national chairman, you want the man to call a conference that will sack him or what?
Yeah. If the election were to be called today, do you think your party will win?
Yes. The party is likely to win if we take advantage of the support Nigerians are giving.
Today.
If we take advantage, and that advantage is to do the right thing. What Nigerians are saying, this party that promised us heaven and earth, we can't get it. The company has never been polarized like this before, right? There's not been support polarization like this before. And then, now you are not, it's something to capitalize on that by doing the right thing. So you can continue to enjoy the support and win the election if it's called. As like I said, we have time. If the election is called, what we say today is, it can't be today. Tomorrow, if the election is called, tomorrow, like tomorrow is what? Saturday. Right? And they allow themselves in this way. Nigerians won't come back to us. And that's why we are taking it upon ourselves not to allow this opportunity to go. If we allow this opportunity Nigerians are giving us, then we'll pay dearly for it. And that's what I try to let people know. So, but for me, everything must be done to make sure the right thing is done for us to take the support of Nigeria. But if we say we'll continue this way and then take for granted that the APC has not done well, then we'll go in for a shocker. That I can tell you. If you can remind me, I would.
So in 2023, sir, who is the right presidential candidate
Right
that Nigerians should queue for?
Well, you are
In
asking
the PDP,
me.
yes.
You're asking
In your
me,
view.
Yes. Which party am I? Which party am I?
Sitting between two flags there. There's a Nigerian flag, there's a PDP flag.
Nigerian flag.
It might be tilting towards what Nigerians want.
As a governor, there must be a Nigerian flag. There must be a party flag. There are no two party flags. There's a difference between federal government and APC.
If these
Though
rankings are not
APC is the head
resolved,
of the federal government. So you can't be seeing a leader of PDP here today as I'm saying, which person will I support? Well, look, I'm still in PDP. I'm not told I'm leaving PDP. So that question does not arise. Doesn't arise.
Okay. Yeah. My question is,
Okay.
Your roadmap to getting the chairman out, and again, are you the possibility of you being sanctioned by your party
Suspended.
is there if you continue along this road?
They're already talking about suspending
Who suspend me?
The party.
the party.
Which party?
The PDP.
No problem. Look at the wahala you already carried. Look, what do you think is our job here? My job here is not only to do projects. So.
Yeah, but they are saying nobody can be bigger than a party.
No problem. Nobody says so. I'm not saying I'm bigger than the party. But those who run away from the party cannot suspend me from the party. Look.
But the real question I ask is,
Look,
how does the NEC
I'm coming to that.
implement
Please,
your
I beg them today. They shouldn't waste time.
to suspend you?
They should come neck down and say, Governor Devon say, yeah, I'm suspended from the party. Anything you see, you take.
Well,
I'm not like
you are giving them problems. That's
I'm
why.
not like those kind of I'm not like that. They know what I will do. Pikin will say, my man no go sleep. He go sleep. You see, I've gone to Pidgin English now.
Them,
So
they don't want to make you sleep. Sir.
them too, they go sleep. Nobody has monopoly of
But there
making
could be
problems.
basis, Your Excellency, from what Babajide's question came from.
That I did what?
The fact that, is it true also that some other political parties are weighing you, they are talking to you?
So they know I'm important. Do you want somebody that's not important?
Are they weighing you truly?
You are the one who's saying that they're
No,
weighing
I'm
me.
asking a question. I'm a journalist, so I'm asking. And other political parties talking to you.
Who does not want to win River State?
So they are truly talking to
Why
you.
would you talk to me?
Is the APC or Labour Party?
So many parties.
That's anti-party activity.
It's not correct. It's not correct. You're not a good politician.
You have 1 minute.
Our
and I
presidential
still keep that question.
candidate does he not talk to APC people? does it not owe them to join them? You see, if you're an asset, people must come and talk to you. Who is a pretty girl that nobody wants to go and talk to?
Excellency, how do you want the National Executive Council to go about that suggestion?
When you are talking about IU, we have said not to remove her. You people are mistaken two things here. We are saying because of what we have caused by ourselves.
Yes.
By refusing to zone the elective office president,
Yes.
we have boxed ourselves to a corner now, where we are trying to break the convention and the constitution of our party, and therefore, something must give way for us to move forward. And if you said he loves this party so much, he wants this party to win the election, can I tell you the fight they're fighting? Okay, you and Saraki are not too happy with them. You know why? You wants to be in power in office so that you will be there. If we win, he wants to secretary to government of a nation.
Seriously?
Who wants to be?
You.
Seriously?
Saraki are here. You know, these positions have been shared. And then they are talking to the young boys like us, small boys, children, as if we don't know what is going on. I can tell you that most of you don't know what is going on. Somebody has been given a Senate president. But do you think, as you look at me very well, I will sit here before national television to tell you things I do not know? It's just that because of confidentiality and certain things, you cannot say them here. If Nigerians hear a lot of things, going on now, in the party that wants to take over the reins of power, you will shake your head. So simple thing, make sacrifice. My brother, my sister, look, I want to do this. Next, take decision. It did not remove you. You are resigning. It's not removal. Resignation is not a removal. You are resigning because we have problem. I'm the one that can salvage this problem now. And let me salvage it now. That's what they are calling you for. We are not saying you have been removed. And nobody's saying that.
We're out of time.
Nigeria was out of time.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for allowing us to take so much of your time today. And I'm sure this has not foreclosed all the issues.
We have so many more issues.
Yes, after all, the campaigns will start very soon. Thank you so much for sharing your time with us. And of course, for my colleagues there, Ameze Igebo, she's a Director News NTA. Thank you so much, Ameze. And of course, my brother, Shehu Okibale. Thank you so much, Shehu.
Thank you so much.
And of course, my very good friend, Jide. Thank you so much, Jide, for being here. And we must also acknowledge the presence of some party officials. I can say Ambassador Desmond Akawo leading the PDP officials. Thank you so much. And thank you too to members of the public for maintaining peace. My name is Benga Reba, and we'll see you around.
Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen of the press, may we rise for the national anthem.